Good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world of UD Trucks and JVs. As you all know by now, I'm BG and I'm here to present another episode in the 5-minute series. Welcome to this episode with additional tips and tricks on driver development. Please continue sending your comments and suggestions to our email and we'll make sure that a future episode is dedicated to what you want to see. So without further ado, let's get into auxiliary brakes. So, let's talk about those auxiliary brakes and how to make the best use of them, shall we? Our range of UD trucks come with the different gearboxes and auxiliary brakes. So for detailed explanations on each of these combinations, do pay full attention during the vehicle handover of your UD truck and ask questions if anything remains unclear. Some of you may ask why these systems are called auxiliary brakes. Well, that is since they do not use the normal service brakes or driving brakes, as they also are known, to slow down the vehicle. Today we have exhaust brakes, engine brakes, hydraulic retarders and electronic retarders. Each of these fills a specific need for the type of transport and vehicle for which they are intended. The primary use of auxiliary brakes are to spare the service brakes when the truck travels in long downhill slopes. Before the development of auxiliary brakes, trucks had to travel downhill in the same gear and with the same speed as they could travel uphill. Now by using the auxiliary brakes, it's possible to travel downhill in a higher gear, but still safely by utilizing the auxiliary brake system in combination with the service brakes. Now, to use the auxiliary brake when driving down a long slope, first reduce the speed to suit the downhill. Then shift down so the RPM is between the green and the red of the RPM meter and engage the auxiliary brake. Now it is possible to let the speed pick up until the RPM meter just reaches the red area. Then apply the service brakes and bring the RPM down just above the green area and release the service brakes. The speed and the RPM will slowly pick up again whilst your service brakes are cooling down. Keep repeating this until you are safely down the hill. It is important to have longer stints with the auxiliary brake than with the service brake. If you find it difficult to keep this principle, your speed is too high. Slow down and shift down one gear and continue down. Still not enough? Then shift down one more gear. The most suitable gear is of course depending on the steepness of the slope. Remember, it's important not to over-rev the engine and also to limit the use of your service brakes. So what are the benefits of the different auxiliary brakes, you may ask? Well, the correct use of the auxiliary brakes provides for several benefits, and here I will mention just the most important ones. There is an increased service life for the service or the wheel brakes. There is improved cooling of the service brakes in downhill slopes. There is improved safety when descending long and steep downhills. You will achieve a higher average speed on long-haul operations due to allowing for faster descents. In spite of the advantages, there are some precautions that every driver should be aware of. It is therefore recommended not to use the auxiliary brake in the following situations. When the road surface is slippery, since the wheels may lock up and cause a skid. If driving a 40-foot semi-trailer with a heavy 20-foot container in the rear position. When driving a tractor unit with no semi-trailer connected. When driving an empty rigid truck with a loaded drawbar trailer connected. Finally, my reminder to you all for a safe and efficient use of your truck and its auxiliary brake. Remember to think and plan ahead in your driving. And remember also that every time you use the service brake, it could have been avoided by planning and slowing down earlier. Well, this brings us to the end of this module, and I hope that it has brought you some new insights. Do use this material in your training and share it with our valued UD customers. For any questions or comments, please send them to our email as shown in this slide. And until we meet again, do have a good one.